What I love about my job the most is the interactions I have with patients, educating them to their diseases, to their medications, going through options for treatment and helping them come up with the best decision that they can make for their care. Well, I was born and raised in Manistee. I've lived here my whole life, raised my children here. I love canning and gardening and crocheting and also all the traditional Yooper things like snowmobiling and hockey and all that stuff. So the first time a patient's seen at our cardiology office, they'll see Dr. Hoovey for their initial evaluation. And then I see patients in follow-up. And then people that we see routinely going forward, he'll see the patient at least once a year, and then if they need to come back in between then I see them. And then we consult on every case, and he reviews all my notes, and we come up with plans for the patients together. Patients with heart disease, strokes, high blood pressure, vascular diseases, with rhythm problems, that kind of stuff. And we see all adults only. I think we're different because we live in the community. And we're familiar faces. They see us at the store, they see us at church, at school. Sometimes our kids are in the same class or friends. And I think that helps put them at ease when they come in for their care. Since I came onto the cardiology team, he has been able to open his practice to more new patients, where before I started, he was pretty much closed to new patients because he was too full. He didn't have enough time to see new people because he also reads all of our testing, all of our cardiac testing that we do here, and a lot of things behind the scenes that people may not know about. So that limits his ability to see patients in the clinic. So now that I'm on board, that frees up time for him to take new patients on. Unlike other small hospitals, we have a full-time cardiologist here. He's here every day, and where other places may have visiting specialists that aren't as available to patients. We start with a basic EKG. It's a 5-minute procedure that gives us a snapshot of what a patient's heart rhythm is doing. And then, if somebody has chest pain or shortness of breath, new type symptoms, or established heart disease that's having a change in their symptoms, we can do stress testing here, and there's 3 different ways that we do it. There's a treadmill stress test that just looks at the EKG while a person exercises. For people that can walk and exercise, we do it on a treadmill, and then they have imaging. And then for people that can't exercise for whatever reason, we have a chemical stress test that we can do that simulates the exercise portion. And then they still have the imaging portion to look at the blood flow to the muscle of the heart. Here at Schoolcraft, we have a state-of-the-art nuke med machine that incorporates CT technology to better image the heart muscle and look at the blood flow under stress, and it gives us a more specific and sensitive test. Dr. Hoovey also does transesophageal echocardiograms, which is it's a procedure that has sedation, and he puts a probe down a person's throat so they can see structures in the heart that aren't well seen from the outside of a traditional echo. Dr. Hoovey offers an implantable rhythm recorder called a loop recorder for people that are having symptoms but we can't figure out what's going on. He can implant this device that just goes right under the skin, and it monitors for 3 years to catch any arrhythmias that a person may be having that we couldn't catch with other modalities of monitoring. Some of the things we don't offer here are cardiac catheterizations or stents. We can't do bypass surgery here. Ablation procedures for things like atrial fibrillation, we don't have the capacity to do here. So those are things that we refer out, or valve replacements, that's another thing that we have to refer out to other facilities. So I started in 1996 as an LPN, working on the hospital side, med-surg and ER, a little bit of OB when we still had it. And then I got my RN in 2000 and continued to work in the hospital area in inpatient and ER. And then I decided to go back to school in 2014 to get my bachelor's and then my master's in nursing, and I began as a family practice nurse practitioner in 2019. So I've been doing family practice for about 4 years.